everyone, my name is Wulan Aude Soniati and my partner is Maharani Fadila. We would like to say thank you to our lecturer, Ms. Purwanti Taman, for giving us this opportunity to deliver this presentation in the course academic presentations. Okay, we are going to present about one data slide in the form of table. And our topic is student daily study hours and academic performance. This table show the relationship between how long students study every day and their average GPA. There are four categories of study hours. One is less than 1 hour, 2, 1 until 2 hours, and 3, 3 until 4 hours, and 4 and more than 4 hours. Each category also show how many students belong to that group and what the average GPA is. If we take a closer look, we can see the students who study less than 1 hour per day have an average GPA of 2.5, which is quite low. This might mean that studying too little doesn't give enough time to understand the material deeply. Then, when students study 1 until 2 hours per day, their GPA increases to 3.0. So even a small increases in study time already show better results. Furthermore, students who study 3 until 4 hours per day have an average GPA of 3.3, which is show that they are getting more consistent and effective in their learning. And finally, those who study more than 4 hours per day reach an average GPA of 3 until 3.7, which is the highest score in this data. So, overall, we can clearly see a positive trend when studies longer, their academic performance improves. But of course, this doesn't mean that we must study all day long. The key is to study consistently and efficiently. Many students think that spending more time automatically means better results, but that's not always true because sometimes it's not just about how long you study but also how you study using the right methods, staying focused and taking a breaks when needed. For example, like studying for 2 hours with full concentration can be more effective than 5 hours of distraction studying. So, from this data, we can conclude that study time has a strong influence of GPA. Like, quality of study also plays in a big role. Okay, I let my partner continue the explanation by giving more analysis and commentary on this trend we can see in this table.
So, as she mentioned earlier, this table presents a clear pattern. The longer students study each day, the higher their GPA tends to be. In other words, there is a positive correlation between study hours and academic performance. If we imagine this data as a line graph, the line would go upward from left to right, showing that as study hours increase, GPA increases too. But let's think about why this happens. One possible reason is that students who spend more time studying usually have better time management and self-discipline. They take learning seriously and plan their schedule properly. On the other hand, students who study less than 1 hour might not review their lessons often, so they struggle to remember materials during exams. However, we should also consider that studying for long hours doesn't always guarantee success. Some students who study too long might experience mental fatigue, lose focus, or even feel stress. That's why balance is important. Students need to find a rhythm that works best for them. For example, an ideal routine could be studying around 2 to 3 hours every day, but making sure that those hours are focused, with short breaks in between. This way, students can stay productive without overworking themselves. This table also encourages us to reflect on our own study habits. How many hours do we study each day? Are we using our time effectively? Or are we easily distracted by social media and other things? So, the main takeaway from this data is that study consistency matters more than just duration. If we keep a stable habit and focus on quality learning, we can achieve better academic results. To conclude, the data tells us that students who manage their time wisely and study regularly tend to perform better in their studies. Thank you for your attention, and we hope this presentation helps you understand how daily study time can influence academic success. Each student has their own rhythm and learning style, so finding the right balance between study and rest is very important. Consistent effort, good time management, and focus can make a big difference in our results. Thank you for listening, and we hope our presentation gives you some useful insight about the relationship between study habits and academic achievement.